There are women who walk through life with a quiet strength that cannot be explained by personality, upbringing, or environment. These women carry an inner fire that does not burn them. It fuels them. They may not see themselves as special, but the spiritual realm recognizes them instantly. They are the women God has whispered over, protected fiercely, and shaped intentionally. These are the chosen women, the ones who rise when others fall, the ones who stand firm when the winds of life try to break them, the ones who carry a destiny bigger than their fears, bigger than their wounds, and bigger than their past. And when God chooses a woman, He equips her with gifts that no human can give, no enemy can steal, and no circumstance can silence. If you are one of these women, you will feel it as you listen. Something in your spirit will respond, your heart will shift, and your inner world will recognize the truth being spoken. God's chosen women are not defined by perfection. They are defined by purpose. And purpose is always accompanied by divine empowerment. Today, we will explore the 9 gifts God gives to the most powerful chosen women. Gifts that form her character, shape her journey, and elevate her destiny. These gifts are not merely blessings. They are spiritual tools crafted to guide her through battles, breakthroughs, and the unique calling placed on her life. 1. The gift of spiritual discernment. A chosen woman does not navigate life based on appearances, assumptions, or the surface-level behavior of people. God has given her a profound spiritual discernment that operates far beyond logic or observation. She senses what others overlook, notices shifts in energy before they manifest into actions, and perceives intentions hidden behind carefully chosen words. When someone steps into her space, she immediately feels the resonance or dissonance of their spirit. It is not paranoia, it is perception sharpened by divine insight. People may try to charm her, manipulate her, or disguise their motives, but her discernment exposes the truth long before the mask falls. She can detect dishonesty wrapped in politeness, envy concealed behind compliments, and danger hiding in silence. This ability is not meant to make her fearful, but to make her wise. It prevents her from stepping into relationships, opportunities, or environments that are designed to drain her spirit or delay her destiny. Discernment becomes her shield, her compass, and her filter, guiding her gently but firmly away from traps that others walk into blindly. While some accuse her of overthinking, she knows she is spiritually alert, spiritually awake, and spiritually protected. It is because of this gift that she often avoids heartbreaks others did not see coming and escapes situations that were never meant to hold her. God equips her with clarity, awareness, and inner knowing so she can walk confidently into her purpose without being derailed by hidden dangers or deceptive influences. 2. The gift of unbreakable resilience. God does not shield a chosen woman from storms. He equips her to walk through them with a strength that confuses those around her. Her resilience is not developed in comfort. It is forged in seasons of pressure, loss, disappointment, and spiritual warfare. Many look at her life and wonder how she continues to rise after battles that would have broken others. They see her smiling, moving forward, taking care of responsibilities, and shining in spaces where she should have collapsed. But what they cannot see is the divine reinforcement holding her up from within. Each hardship she survived became a classroom where God taught her courage, endurance, and faith. Every time life knocked her down, God rebuilt her with more wisdom, more stability, and more clarity about who she is. Resilience, for her, is not a personality trait. It is a spiritual inheritance created through silent battles she fought alone. Battles whose intensity only God witnessed. She has cried in secret, questioned her strength, and felt exhaustion that words cannot describe. Yet she kept rising. She rises because her spirit is wired for victory. She rises because God placed a promise inside her that cannot be crushed by circumstances. She rises because her destiny is too important to be stopped by temporary storms. What looks like strength to the world is actually supernatural resilience, the kind that comes from a divine source. She may bend, but she never breaks. She may fall, but she always returns stronger than before. 3. The gift of deep compassion. A chosen woman carries a heart that feels deeply, loves sincerely, and pours generously. Her compassion is not ordinary. It is a spiritual calling in itself. God entrusts her with emotional and spiritual sensitivity because He knows her heart can hold what others cannot. She does not just hear words, she feels the emotions behind them. She does not just see people, she perceives their hidden wounds, their unspoken fears, their silent sufferings. Her love comforts, heals, and uplifts those around her, sometimes without her even realizing it. People are drawn to her presence because it gives them peace, understanding, and hope. She forgives quickly, not out of weakness, but out of a desire to keep her heart pure from bitterness, anger, and resentment. She knows that holding grudges poisons the soul, and she refuses to let darkness live in her spirit. Her compassion allows her to extend grace to others, even when they do not deserve it. But this gift also means she often carries emotional weight that others cannot see. She hurts deeply, but she heals deeply too. God uses her softness as a vessel for transformation. Through her gentle spirit, He touches lives, restores hope, and brings comfort to those who are broken. Her compassion is a ministry, silent, powerful, and divine. The gift of purposeful isolation. Chosen women often wonder why they do not fit in, why certain friendships fade suddenly, or why they feel alone, even when surrounded by people. This isolation is not rejection. It is divine separation designed for preparation. God pulls her away from environments, relationships, and social circles that cannot go where He is taking her. At first, isolation feels confusing, heavy, and uncomfortable. She may feel forgotten, overlooked, or misunderstood. But over time, she begins to realize that solitude is where God speaks the loudest. In isolation, her vision becomes clearer, her identity becomes stronger, and her purpose becomes undeniable. Distractions fade, clarity increases, and alignment begins. God uses separation to refine her character, strengthen her spirit, and remove influences that could contaminate her destiny. He isolates her so she can heal, evolve, and hear divine instructions without interference. Many chosen women experience seasons where doors close unexpectedly, people leave without explanation, or circumstances push them into solitude. But these moments are not losses, they are divine setups. When God calls a woman higher, He first calls her apart. Isolation becomes the womb of transformation, the training ground of purpose, and the sacred space where God prepares her for the greatness ahead. 5. The gift of a warrior spirit. Beneath her gentle demeanor and nurturing heart lies a fierce warrior spirit, capable of standing against darkness without trembling. A chosen woman does not fight with physical strength, she fights with spiritual authority. Her battles are often invisible to others, but their victories are loud in the spirit. She prays with intensity, intercedes with power, and stands firm even when fear whispers in her ear. Her courage does not come from herself. It comes from God, who strengthens her when she feels weak. She may cry, but she never surrenders. She may feel afraid, but she never bows to fear. Her warrior spirit activates in moments when others would collapse. She protects her peace, her purpose, and her loved ones through prayer, faith, and resilience. The enemy recognizes her power, even when she doubts it. She is not easily shaken, manipulated, or defeated, because her strength is supernatural. Her gentleness makes her approachable, but her spirit makes her unbreakable. She fights battles on her knees that shift atmospheres, break generational patterns, and protect her destiny. Her strength is quiet but mighty, soft but invincible, hidden but undeniable. She is a warrior in disguise, clothed in grace, but armed with divine strength, the gift of divine intuition and creativity. God downloads uniquely crafted ideas, visions, perspectives, and solutions into the mind of a chosen woman because her calling requires a different level of insight. She thinks in patterns others cannot see and imagines possibilities others cannot comprehend. Her creativity is not random. It is divinely inspired, spiritually engineered, and purposefully activated. Whether she is building a business, nurturing a family, creating art, writing, teaching, leading, or innovating, her creative flow comes from a place beyond her own intellect. Her intuition acts as an internal guidance system, nudging her toward what is right and warning her against what is wrong. She can sense when something is aligned with her destiny, and she can sense when something is spiritually off, even if it looks appealing on the surface. This intuition is God's whisper, a quiet voice inside her that leads her toward growth, prosperity, and purpose. When others struggle to make decisions, she receives clarity through sudden ideas, dreams, inner signals, or God-inspired thoughts that make her path clearer. Her creativity gives her the ability to transform ordinary situations into extraordinary experiences. She sees beauty where others see nothing. She finds solutions where others see obstacles. She imagines possibilities where others see limitations. This combination of divine intuition and creativity gives her an advantage in life, not because she seeks to compete, but because God wired her mind for higher levels of understanding. People may admire her talents, her originality, and her insight, but many do not realize it is God working through her, guiding her mind, shaping her imagination, and fueling her purpose with spiritual wisdom. 7. The gift of healing energy. A chosen woman carries healing in her spirit, and her presence alone can shift the atmosphere of a room. She doesn't need to speak for people to feel comforted. Her energy naturally calms anxious hearts and brings peace to troubled minds. God has wrapped her presence with a softness that feels safe, a warmth that feels reassuring, and a depth that feels grounding. People gravitate toward her without even understanding why. They come to her for advice, guidance, comfort, and emotional release because something about her spirit feels like home. she listens differently. She speaks differently. She connects differently. And because she feels deeply, she understands pain deeply as well. Her own wounds, once painful, become the very source of her healing power. God uses the empathy she gained through her struggles as a tool to uplift others. She is not just emotionally healing. She is spiritually healing. Her presence brings clarity to those who feel lost, hope to those who feel defeated, and comfort to those who feel unseen. She may not call herself a healer, but healing flows through her effortlessly. This gift is not loud or flashy. It is subtle, sacred, and incredibly powerful. Without trying, she becomes a safe place for tired souls, a calm voice in chaotic moments, and a light in dark spaces. Her spirit is medicine, her voice is soothing, and her energy is restorative. God uses her presence as therapy for people who are silently breaking inside. She is a vessel of healing, divinely designed to restore, uplift, and renew. The gift of divine favor. Favor follows a chosen woman in ways that defy logic and exceed human expectation. Doors that take others years to open swing open for her effortlessly. Opportunities locate her even when she isn't searching. Blessings attach themselves to her steps, as though the universe recognizes her spiritual assignment and clears the way for her success. This favor is not something she earned. It is something inherited, a divine signature placed on her life. Even when people try to sabotage her, God reroutes the negative intentions and turns them into stepping stones for her elevation. What was meant to harm her ends up helping her. What was planned to block her ends up blessing her. People may misunderstand her journey, call it luck, or assume she has advantages they cannot see. But the truth is simple. She is covered by divine favor. When she walks into a room, things shift. When she speaks, people listen. When she applies for something, she stands out. When she aims at a goal, support appears unexpectedly. This is not coincidence. It is God making room for her destiny. Favor is her spiritual inheritance, a sign of her calling, and a manifestation of God's hand on her life. And when she steps into alignment with God's purpose, the blessings that follow her increase, multiply, and overflow. She doesn't chase favor, favor chases her, because heaven recognizes her name. The gift of prophetic sensitivity and spiritual calling. Chosen women often have a deep spiritual sensitivity that feels impossible to explain. They sense things long before they unfold. They feel energetic or spiritual shifts that others overlook. They have dreams, visions, or intuitive warnings that guide their steps and protect their path. This is prophetic sensitivity, not necessarily the office or title of a prophet, but the spiritual ability to perceive what others cannot. Their intuition is wired to divine frequencies. They receive impressions, inner knowing, and subtle signals that act as spiritual compasses, helping them avoid danger, make aligned choices, and stay connected to God's guidance. They may feel a sudden heaviness before something challenging happens, or a burst of peace before a breakthrough arrives. They may dream symbolically, perceive hidden truths, or feel a strong pull towards certain decisions without knowing why until later. This sensitivity is not random. It is a gift God gives to women who carry a spiritual assignment. Their calling requires awareness, insight, and divine communication. God whispers to them because he trusts them with messages, warnings, and guidance that protect not only themselves but the people connected to their destiny. They may not always understand their gift, and sometimes it feels overwhelming, but with time they learn that their sensitivity is a divine tool. It keeps them aligned, it keeps them aware, it keeps them spiritually awake in a world that often sleeps. This prophetic gift grows stronger as they grow spiritually, and through it, God leads them step by step into the purpose He designed uniquely for them. If this message reached you at the exact moment you needed it, that is not an accident. Your spirit recognized its truth because you are one of God's chosen women. If you felt something awakening inside you as you listened, then this message was meant for you. Before you go, make sure to subscribe so you never miss the divine guidance, wisdom, and inspiration prepared for your journey. This is the Woman of Light channel. If this came to you right on time, type 11 in the comments section as a sign of alignment, divine timing, and spiritual blessings flowing into your life. Thank you for watching.